on our last day talking about how to mitigate stress in your sessions, because as personal trainers we are stressing our clients, and we've talked before about how chronic stress can be problematic for women. So how do we mitigate stress while stressing our clients? I'm so glad you asked. Let's train them in the morning. Now, first and foremost, any consistency. So consistency trumps literally everything else. Intensity, type of exercise, when it, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But if a client's only window to exercise is in the evening and they can do that consistently, then by all means go ahead. But if there is some flexibility, and your client is female and chronically stressed, then I would prefer to train them in the morning, and this is why. So it's mostly because of the impact of chronic stress on our hormones and the diurnal rhythm. So the diurnal rhythm is the one where you've got high cortisol in the morning. During the day, your cortisol comes down, and you have high melatonin at night. That helps you fall asleep, and through the night, your melatonin comes down, and then your cortisol rises again to wake you up. Now, there's a complex sort of web with these two hormones and women's hormones. And stress can disrupt it, affect things like our sleep, but also affect our reproductive systems. Women are disproportionately affected by sleep disorders. We're more likely to wake up in the middle of the night. We're more likely to have trouble falling asleep. We're more likely to be awake at 4 a.m. in the morning, and that being it for the night. So we transition also through much larger hormonal events than men. So even our monthly cycle is a much bigger event internally than what men ever experience. But we've also got pregnancy and menopause in particular. So exercising in the evening in a chronically stressed female body means that we may boost her stress hormones. We may. And make it much harder for her to fall asleep. So we can essentially wake her up in the evening, whereas I'd prefer to wake them up in the morning and wind them down in the evening, especially if she's a chronically stressed female person. So if they don't have a problem with sleep, they're probably able to wind down again. If they're not otherwise exercising, some exercise is better than none. But if we can exercise in the morning, it solves that wide and tired feeling at night. I'm one of those people that has to exercise in the morning. If I ever go to, say, a martial arts class at night, then my wind down goes from 9 o'clock when the class finishes or when I get home to 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning, depending on how physical it was. And then I have to start work at 6 a.m. the next day. So much better for me to wake myself up in the morning with exercise and then spend the afternoon winding down. So exercising in the morning also has knock-on benefits for the rest of the day, which for a tired or stressed person, male or female, it can help them make better food choices. It can improve their alertness through the day, improves focus, mood, overall energy. You'll experience better blood glucose control if you exercise in the morning, better blood pressure changes, and crucially, better sleep at night. So sunrises and sunsets are another little tweak when it comes to someone experiencing chronic stress or sleep disorders. The reds and the oranges that are specific to sunrises and sunsets, you have specific receptors in the back of your eye for those colors that trigger certain reactions in your body, which obviously sunrise, sunset, helps reset that diurnal rhythm. So any exercise is better than no exercise, but if she's chronically stressed, particularly if she's female, first thing in the morning is just more beneficial.